How you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Thanks so much for joining me for football talk today, day after Thanksgiving. So glad to have you here. If you don't know me, I'm flipping Bobby Dirkens. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications. I hope y'all had a wonderful, glorious Thanksgiving. Hope you really did. It was a great day for me. I puked a lot. Turn around and ate even more. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you. See a bunch of you getting on here right now. Sean D. made there to you. Good to see you and everybody else who's joining in right now. Got a lot of football going on today. Tons of football coming in. We're going to talk about that. Talk about some big games for the ACC. Some people joining in. Champs for Life. B-Curve. Old Bailey. It's good to see B-Curve Productions. Andy Nickus. We got Tiger Raven 2018 joining us. I got thumbs up. If you're liking the video, hit the thumbs up. And if you hate it, hit the thumbs down. I ain't sensitive. I'm not fickle. I'm not worried. I don't lay in bed at night and get up, go to the bathroom and go piss blood if you don't like it. That's fine. You get on in here. Got some more of you got in here. Want to say hey to Jonathan, Craig, Parker Henderson, Chase Henderson, the entire flipping Henderson family in here. Harry and the Hendersons is in here. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to jump right into this. I know some of you are going to be saying hey to me. I am not ignoring you. Just a lot of football to talk about. Larisha and Terry LeGrand's getting in here. So here we go. First of all, let's talk about what happened last night. Now, I know if you're like me, unless you're a fan of one of these two schools, you could give two flying morons about either the outcome or of this game or the progress of either of these schools. How the game ended was quite fun. So if you hadn't been paying attention, let me tell you what happened. Last night, Ole Miss and Mississippi State got together. Now, I know that I would rather sit and count the hairs on your feet way more than I would want to sit and watch this football game. Right? I would. I wouldn't. But what Elijah Moore, the leading receiver for Ole Miss, did in that game in the closing seconds has elevated him into the public eye and has cemented himself in infamy in that rivalry. So, about 7-8 seconds left in the game. Ole Miss snaps the ball. Quarterback throws the ball to Elijah Moore. He catches it. He could have been possibly stopped short. And the youngin', he fights between two defenders and gets in. I mean, he's about the half-yard line, somewhere in there. He fights on in there and he gets in there. He comes up celebrating places, half the place is in shock because I think it was at Mississippi State. And he's like just going crazy. And then he's standing up. Then all of a sudden he gets down on the ground, starts crawling on all fours like a dog, goes to the back, and lifts his right leg up like a dog taking a pee. Granted, right in front of the official. We're not talking about that the official was blocked out and got a bunch of people around him and he could get away with it. Oh no, Elijah was bold. He goes to the back. The official's standing like, if I'm right here, he's standing right here. He lifts his leg up like he's taking a pee. The official, I think, he reacted, he didn't even have to think about it. But I think he kind of went, is he really doing this in front of me? How stupid can somebody be? He threw the flag. What happened? 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike. They back them up to kick the extra point. They're down by 1. You see where this is going. Listen to me. The kicker misses the PAT. They lose. Don't you blame that kicker. Kicker's supposed to be able to kick straight. Hey, I get it. I get the argument. You're looking at somebody who will argue with a wall. But they missed it because he had to do his best impression of Scruffy taking a pee in the back of the end zone conveniently in front of the official. There was so much wrong with that. There was so much, and I thought it was kind of funny. It was definitely toning. The part that's really, really rich for me is that the official was standing right there. Wow. Sounds like something South Carolina would do. B-Curve is asking, is there any clips on YouTube? I'll tell you the one I found. So I went into Google. And all I typed was Ole Miss. And the first, and you can type CBS Sports right beside it, and the video is at the very top of their page. It's the very first one right there. It says, the headline is Ole Miss dog urination celebration. Penalty leads Tech, missed extra point. Oh, God, that's rich. All right, let's jump into some other football games. We've got a lot to talk about here. I personally got to leave here in just a second because I'm about to go meet my dad for a belated Thanksgiving. We're doing that today at 12 o'clock. We're going to get together at Cracker Barrel, Countryman's Heaven. Only if we were in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg would it cap it off even more. We're going to do that. Of course, I'm going to the game tomorrow, going down to Columbia, the armpit of hell. Then the very next day, I'm getting together with my mama. We did Thanksgiving with Bonnie Dirkens' family yesterday. So really happy. So this is a Thanksgiving weekend for me. So good to see all of you. Melissa May says, May there to me, May there to you. Luke Joel says, I slept like a baby last night. Me too. I'm not kidding. I was in bed at 7:30 last night. I ate that much. I was tired. All right, let's jump into these games. Tons of games going on. I'm going to read through some of these unranked games because if we go back to the bowl season, we hear how these teams were back, especially one team whose quarterback so arrogantly and annoyingly said, "We're back," and you're 6-5. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Starting off with Texas Tech at Texas. Oh, let me tell you right now, Texas was back. We had people on all these big shows that's paid way too much to be really bad at their jobs. They're sitting there and they're looking. I'm telling you right now, they're about as clueless as my grandmother with dementia when you ask her phone number. She just starts naming out numbers. In fact, she named out her measurements one day. She's like 36, 74. She's a big woman. 42. It's crazy. People's on there going, "We're back, baby!" They should fire you for saying it just like that. They should get rid of you. That moment, two men, big old burly men, should have walked out, picked you up, and went, "Here's a pink slip," and walked you out. They're back, baby! If back is 6-5, hell must be a nice place to vacation. Texas is 6-5. Very reasonably could lose this game because Texas Tech has nothing to play for, and Texas is just depressed. You know. All right, so that's one. Big game in the Coastal. Huge game in the Coastal. Now, a couple of weeks ago, somebody come to me and they asked me my opinion. They said, "Who do you think's going to win the Coastal?" This about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Virginia Tech had started winning games, but they were still crawling out. But I said, very well, Virginia Tech. And this person said to me, well, no. And what does it come down to today? Virginia, who they thought was going to win the conference. And I wasn't a bad guess. Virginia, have you noticed how Virginia, they're a good team this year, better than what they've been recently? But have you noticed how they have not grown and elevated their play? I have. If you get what I'm saying, there's something about them that's like, boy, they're better than what they are, and they've won more games they've won in a while, but it's not like they're taking over. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're doing that, man. So I believe Virginia Tech, who has grown, they went from being pissy to being fantastic. I mean, I tell you, Clemson better not overlook them. That will be an upset, and Clemson won't make the college football playoff. But I am telling you, Virginia Tech, they're a 2.5-point favorite in this game. And you're right, Chase. Virginia has been quietly successful. I agree with you. But Virginia Tech is looking more dominant, more strong, more momentum. I believe Virginia Tech wins this game in Charlottesville. It starts at 12 o'clock. You should check it out. Real quick, Michael Fornbacher, my buddy out of Las Vegas, just gave me $2. Michael, it is good to see you, buddy, in here. Thank you so much for offering your hand and laying some money on the table. And thank you. I appreciate it. Remember, I can't drink beer right now because the doctor says I will die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that money, I'm going to put it in a nice little investment fund, a little something. I'm going to grow it, and then after that, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy me a brewery. So thank you for helping me buy a brewery today. Thank you so much, all. A bunch of you in here. Let me see you in here. I'm going to say hey to some people and jump right back in. Dennis Wilson, he's in here. Got Clemson alum 98's in here. That's a buddy of mine. David Simon, Tiger Cat. She showed up, said, hey, Robbie Bobby, baby. Man, do you, Tiger Cat? Let's see. Austin, of course, Michael Fornbacher in here just making it rain. Tiger Nate, my buddy from Simpsonville. Good to see you. A ton of you in here. If I missed you, it's no offense. Don't get upset. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, turn on your notifications, your subscriptions if you haven't subscribed yet. I see there's 43 in here and 1 thumb up. I'll go ahead and hit that button. Orange 1973's in here. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Matt Dukes, may there to you. The real McCoy's in here. He says, I'm upset. Don't let it get your blood pressure up. All of a sudden, your ticker will stop ticking, then you're done. Bunch of thumbs up going, boy, y'all listen good. And I didn't even have to do Simon Says. And you already getting thumbs up. Real quick, my buddy from the sawmill shop, Eric McCartney, good old buddy of mine. He's right here. He created this wonderful piece. He licensed this artwork out to put this wonderful, that's wood. A nice wood right there. You could smack an old woman in the face with it, kill her. I would buy that. Don't smack an old woman in the face. It was just funny. I'm just being funny. I don't believe in beating old people. For an old man, and they don't know when to shut up. That's between you and God. But check this out. The Sawmill Shop, you can find him out online. Fantastic work. I wouldn't trust him with a Cabbage Patch doll. But you give him a piece of wood, you give him some of this stuff right here. He is absolutely incredible. He also created this right here. This sucker right here is massive. It's bigger than a truck wheel. You see it? It doesn't even look right. In fact, when Bobby Dirkens Jr. gets to acting like a little douche, I take him back there, I cover him up with it, and I'm like, you sit behind the tiger, and when you're ready to come out and act like Dabo Sweeney, don't you show your face until you're ready. So I'm really, really glad. It's a great idea, Tiger Cat. He should be able to turn it into a clock. Michael Fornbacher says, how do I buy one of those? You can find the Sawmill Shop on Etsy. I think he also has a website, The Sawmill Shop. You can find him on there. Eric's good people. Stupid as piss, but God, he's good at what he does. So y'all go check him out. Okay, I'm jumping right back into this. We're at 13-minute mark. Some people's been complaining I ramble too much. Yes, it's on Etsy. It is on Etsy. Iowa at Nebraska. Nebraska wins this game to bowl eligible. Number 17, Iowa. Does this not look like a game that Iowa would drop at the end of the season? If they win this, it's number 9 for them. That's a big game. For us down here, we really don't care about this, but this is 2 teams that are 10-1. We have number 19, Cincinnati, at Memphis. They're number 18, so that's a good game. Hey, it's better than some of this other stupid games we got going on. Boise State, 10-1 at Colorado State. They'll win their 11th game this year. Here's 2 teams who last year at this time was doing really good. Really flipping good. And guess what? That was last year. We have Washington State Cougars. They're 6-5 playing at the 6-5 Washington Huskies. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't blame Washington State for being where they're at. They lost a lot. Washington could have been way better. They blew it this year. Blew it. So there's 2 has-beens playing each other. Still odd to see TCU at 5-6. They, over the past couple of years, just hadn't really done that much. 10-1 Appalachian State at Troy. That's 6 o'clock tonight. 10-1. Of course, we know a lot of games tomorrow going on. We have Ohio State at Michigan. Michigan's 9-2. Ohio State, we know they're undefeated, 11-0. Front runner for the national championship in a lot of people's opinions, not mine. I think that they're one of the top 2 teams in the country, along with my Tigers. Tiger Nation in here. Good to see you in here. May there to you. my old buddy from down the road. Lives right down the road from me. Yeah, Clemson at South Carolina. I've already did a video for that. I will be at the game tomorrow. If you want to try to meet up with me, sometimes when I'm down there, it's very, very difficult to get online because everybody's using their mobile phones and stuff, and they're taking pictures and taking drunk videos and stuff, and they're posting it. I don't always get updates and stuff like that. So there's been several times I've come out of a game and it's been like, hey, you want to meet? And it's from like 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, what? All right. So if I miss you, I miss you. But if I find you, I find you. If you see old Bobby Dirkens running around there, come by and say may there to me. I'd love to say may there to you, and nice, firm, clean handshake. So Ohio State and Michigan, that's going to be an interesting game. Michigan has a lot of animosity built up. Listen to me, Michigan's playing a little better than what you think they are, and than what I think they are. I didn't say they were going to beat them. Just for that, Ohio State will come out and hang 50 on them and hold them to 7 points. I'll look like a douche. But I am telling you, Michigan's playing better ball. And you know me, I'm a huge critic of Michigan because I was tired, for the past 2 or 3 years, I'm tired of the media telling me how good Michigan is, though they're not as good as the media keeps telling me that. I get sick of that. I get sick of it. Going on down, a bunch of rivalry games. Georgia Bulldogs at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's 3-8. You are not in Athens. And I know that Georgia's going to try to turn that place red, and probably will, but I'm telling you, I believe Jeff Collins is going to do his very best to make this game competitive. I don't believe Georgia Tech's going to win this game, but I really don't believe that they're going to roll over, no pun intended, and die. Georgia will win the game, but I think, don't be surprised if Georgia Tech comes out there and plays them a little better. What we all think. Lovie Smith, Fighting the Illini, play in Northwestern. I like Pat Fitzgerald. It's just a horrible football team. Like Lovey, too. Wake Forest could win their 9th game tomorrow. At Syracuse. Syracuse really fell off the map this year. Going down through here. I know I'm going to probably miss one. Y'all forgive me if I do. Baylor could get win number 11 tomorrow. 6-5 Miami. At Duke. Of course, Alabama at Auburn. Massive game for them. I think Alabama is going to edge out the game. I also think that we're going to find out a lot about their backup quarterbacks. Really are. I just don't see Auburn hitting on much. And as soon as I say that, once again, Auburn come out and beat them. To clean this thing up, it would be nice to see Auburn beat them. To kind of get some of these teams like Georgia, it'd be wonderful to see Georgia Tech win tomorrow. Go ahead and get them out of the way, and we can stop worrying about 2 or 3 SEC teams trying to get into the top 4 and crying when they don't. But it's not. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that Bama's going to come out there and actually dominate them. Wisconsin at Minnesota. Hope Minnesota wins that game. I like Minnesota. You're right, Luke. That Auburn-Bama game is going to be worth watching. Tennessee. How did they right the ship this much? They turned a lot of things around. They're already bowl eligible. They're playing the very horrible Vanderbilt Commodores. We know that nerds are fantastic in school. They're horrible on the football field. And once again, they're proving my point. Tennessee looks like they're going to open up a can on them tomorrow. We have Notre Dame at Stanford. 9-2 Notre Dame at 4-7 Stanford. That'll be interesting. Tar Heels could even up their season at 6-6 if they could beat the Wolfpack tomorrow. The Aggies at LSU. That game went to about 65 overtimes last year. I think LSU is locked and loaded, but we've already seen A&M can play ball. A&M can play ball. So, watch that game. That'll be a good one. Florida State bowl eligible. They're 6-5. They could win number 7 tomorrow if they could beat Florida. I don't see that happening, but how funny would that be if they did? Utah, if they win tomorrow, that'll be their 11th win. They're number 6. They're right on the brink of the pack. Who else? Probably overlooked somebody, some through here.
I can't believe you forgot this one.
I'm sorry. I'm not God. All right. Well, I'm going to close this down. We'll be going to the game tomorrow. Tornado Rocker 15 says Carolina has a chance to beat you tomorrow. I'll tell you this. You get a team out there who has a lot of desire and want, and they're trying and they're doing their best. It's possible. The thing that I look at, and I'm being serious here. I'm not just talking trash. I'm talking full football logic. So if you don't want to hear football logic right now, forget that I'm wearing this. Forget that I hate the Gamecocks. Anything is possible. You're right, Giggled. It is possible. But I want you to listen to this. Anytime a team is playing anybody, and the majority of their stars have been out due to injury for long periods of time, and somebody like Brian Edwards, who was doubtful, who's now questionable, he's probably playing tomorrow. I don't know why he would play tomorrow. His career's right in front of him. I wouldn't play that game. And you have a bunch of them. The truth is, you can quickly have half your roster out, even though that's your last game, if they get hit hard. And Clemson hits, forget Clemson, the boys on that, the men on that team hits very hard. Very hard. And you have headhunters all over the field. As I said, forget Clemson. I just see it very difficult to pull an upset when everybody has been doubtful for days and they're coming out and playing. I'm not saying it's impossible. Clemson better come out and play the game. They better walk out of there healthy. That's most important. Most important. Somebody says they got a question. Go ahead and type the question in. As you're doing your question, that's the thing that you got to focus on. But I believe that Clemson's definitely going to dominate this game. Efo says, if you had a choice, would you love everyone or hate everyone? If I had a choice. I really don't know where that's coming from, but I pick and choose. That's the third choice. Now, I really don't hate people. I say that as passing, but Big Mick says he loves to hate, so I like you. I like your game. Big Mick. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll end this, and I'll tell you this. Florida State tomorrow. Florida State would come out and play very, very, very hard. I think they're going to play very hard. I just think that Florida's going to overcome them. Some of those games, I tell you this, it's a big, big, big game for Minnesota. Minnesota can make a big statement tomorrow. There's a lot of teams, they're going to have to play their best game, and that includes Clemson, even though they're going down there to a team who's 4-7. Well, I'm Bobby Dirkens. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, visit my buddy over at the Sawmill Shop. You can find him on Etsy. Also, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. Even if you don't. I'll keep showing up, but I like it when you show up. See you. Bobby Dirkens!